Hello, super nerd friends. Today's Tuesday, and this is me on Tuesday. I'm kind of having an off day, vlog-wise, and all the things I have to say are kind of unrelated. So it's going to be kind of a lame, weird journey today. I loved watching your guys' videos this week. And Haley did yours on Saturday. And Alexis, you did yours on Sunday, so really, well, that was this week. But I've been really bored. I mean, things are happening, but I'll try not to make this vlog boring. I do have things to say. Anyway, on Sunday, we went to a memorial service, which seems like, but, you know, it was, really enjoyable in a really awkward way, if that's a thing. My cousin was there, so I was really concerned, like, no. But actually, I don't think I said a single word to him. I saw him maybe once when they brought the cupcakes out and he ate a cupcake. Yeah, there were a lot of people there. And I haven't seen any of them since, my uncle Fred and Aunt Elizabeth's 75th wedding anniversary. And I don't know how long that was, but this was Aunt Elizabeth's memorial service, so it was a while ago. Anyway, it was nice to see some people whose names I know, but who I don't know really at all. There were kind of no people there my age, and the people who were around my age were my cousin, and I don't even want to get into how these people are related to me, because my grandma had 7 siblings, and so it was, you know, the descendants of those siblings. My grandma's the only one of the siblings still alive. And she's turning 94 this Sunday. So I was going to make her that cross-stitch, but I don't think I can finish at this point. Anyway, she did wonderful. She had a wonderful time, and I was so proud of her, because she, you know, she, like, remembered people's names, but then my mom and I went out to breakfast with her yesterday. And she was saying, you know, she loved talking to people, but half the time she didn't know who she was talking to. And I'm like, oh, you're so adorable. So it was, fun. Yeah, all the people my age or younger were boys, and there was a football game on, so they just kind of stayed in there and watched the football game. So I didn't really talk to any of them. And then, like, everyone else is my older sister's age. Like, they were all the same age in there. So there was, like, I was talking with Lauren for a while, and she's pregnant and she's getting married, so that was cool. I don't know her at all, though. I've never even heard the name Lauren. Like, you're nice to talk to, but I don't know who you are. Yeah. and then like her brother was there, and then a couple other people, and then their parents, and then, you know, and so I kind of, like, after, I didn't want to ask people, like, oh, who are you, and how are you related to someone that I know, so it was kind of like afterwards, I was like, okay, so these people are these people's children, and those people are these people's sister, and, you know, whatever. So, yeah, but it was in my Uncle Fred's house, which is in Bill Gates' neighborhood, and we used to, you know, have family gatherings. They have a nice pool. None of us went swimming, but, yeah, you know, it's kind of a nostalgic house. I haven't been there all that much because, you know, everyone is a lot older than I am. But yeah, so old people. I tried to be an adult, you know, while I was there, pretending, you know, to be part of but I didn't really fit in at all. But yeah, there were some really nice pictures and stuff. And, like, some old yearbooks from my Aunt Elizabeth, when, I think they were, like, from 1927, when she was in 8th grade. There was, like, a not quite a yearbook, but, like, a little book for, you know, classmates to write stuff on. And, like, they all had such wonderful cursive handwriting. And they were in 8th grade, and, you know, wishing her, you know, best of luck as she goes off to a dumb school, or, like, a good school, because, I mean, it was just her high school, I forget where it was, but, yeah, and they all wrote, like, forget-me-not. They had, like, a special little font that they would write forget-me-not in, and it just seemed like, I don't know, like, what would be the modern equivalent, like YOLO, or HAGS in middle school. I don't know. but it was adorable. And one of them wrote, "Yours till bedbugs fly." And my grandma like remembered half of the names in there. She's like, "Oh yeah, he was such a jock," or I mean she didn't use it, but yeah, it was. And one of them, the first one wrote, it was like, I forget how the poem went, but like when this book is old and the pages are yellow, and the pages were yellow, and it made me tear up, and I was like, it was so sweet. Yeah, old stuff, just like looking through old stuff, you kind of, and I mean, the fact that she kept all of this, I mean, my yearbooks aren't going to mean that much in 70 years, I don't think, so man, it was kind of wonderful. Yeah, so my dad's in Oregon now. He left just after that, at church on Sunday for the past month or so of Sundays. Every Sunday I've been counting the spam because we're doing a spam drive because the emergency feeding program puts bags together for the homeless, and if you're homeless and don't have anything to cook with, spam is a good source of protein. And so we were doing a spam drive, and our pastor's never had spam, so if we got over 800 cans of spam, he would eat some spam. And we had hundreds and hundreds of cans there, and I had to count them every single Sunday. Because you can't count them and then count the additional ones, because you don't know where people have added them to the pile, you know? So, anyway, our total was 961 cans of spam. And, yeah, so he ate some spam. I missed that, though. I didn't even see him eat the spam. Apparently, like, they cooked, like, had these nice spam dishes for people to try and stuff. Not that I would have eaten it. Maybe, I've never had spam, so I don't know. But I was counting the spam, so I missed all that. But, anyway, I'm gonna get a bike today from Target. It's really nice. We went to, we've been going to Walmart and Fred Meyer and Target looking for kind of a cheap bike. Walmart had a really nice one. My mom wants me to get a cruiser, so it doesn't have, like, hand brakes or gears or anything. And, the part of Bellevue I'm in is pretty flat, so, I guess that'll be fine. Like, wider tires apparently are easier to balance on. So yeah, we looked at Target, and they had this really nice, most of the girls' cruisers, women's, not even girls, are pink with flowers, and they're just way over the top. I'm like, I can't even see myself, it's horrible. So, but there was this really nice one at Target. It was a men's, but it was red, like really it was called Legacy. It's a Schwinn, and anyway, it's like really classy, like the cream and red type thing. It's really, so one of the guys looked back in the back, and they had the women's also in the back in a box. So he's putting it together for us, but then we checked online, and oh, it's not red. The women's isn't red, but it's a really nice teal. So anyway, we're going to go this evening after handbell choir, and maybe pick a bike up, woohoo, so I can start learning to ride a bike. So I'll be able to get home at midnight when my shift ends. Yeah. The drug test was just like, it was exactly like elementary, except I had to keep it in my mouth for 5 minutes. My parents thought it'd be a urine test, and I was like, ew. I didn't need to say that on YouTube. But, yeah, no, it was just, anyway. But I still don't know much about the job. Orientation is supposed to be on Saturdays, and then you're supposed to go to checker training, but that's Thursday and Friday, so I could go to orientation this Saturday, but then the checker training would be during my classes on Thursday and Friday. So hopefully this Thursday I can start checker training. They're going to call me tomorrow. Do checker training before orientation. I got some nice black shoes. They're Skechers also, but they're like the green bike shoes that I had. They're like those, but they're black, so yay. Got my food handler's permit also. Cheesy little thing online. Took forever because my internet's so slow, and each little thing was animated and had like voice, and it had to load. And speaking of loading, I finally got BBC Desktop to work, and so I watched Doctor Who in HD. It was like the coolest thing ever because it had Rupert Graves in it, and he was gorgeous. And he's so old, but I can't. And now I'm loading Parade's End with Benedict Cumberbatch, so I'm really excited for that. Yeah, that's about it as far as, like, TV shows. I've been kind of busy, but mostly bored. It's kind of a weird equilibrium. I'm trying to finish Diamond Age. I told my dad that by the time he got back on Friday, I would have Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy finished, so I'm trying to finish Diamond Age before that. So we'll see how that goes. Melissa went to, it's hilarious, I don't know if I can say boyfriend, but her guy friend, Mike, who was her prom date in high school. They just kind of got reacquainted. He is in a band, an alternative punk band, with a bunch of moms. So Melissa went to their thing. We gave him our barbecue because we had an extra barbecue, and I thought, whoa. But he sent us some chicken rub to say thanks for the barbecue, and he wrapped it in like brown paper, like a paper bag, and then he colored flames all around the outside and drew a little barbecue on the top. So I hope we might meet him soon. Yeah. So, but Melissa's really happy. She's making an apple pie today. So, and she's been calling a lot more, so my mom like talks to her every day. Today she talked to her twice already. But yeah, it's good that they're happy. Kind of been hanging out with a couple friends. I was supposed to, but they keep having other things to do. But I played Scrabble with my friend Sophia. And it was, I mean, I've been over to her house a couple times, but the radio was on, because they have a budgie, and he's blue, and he's adorable, and I love birds. But, it was Payphone by Maroon 5, and I was like, I love Maroon 5. And she was like, when did you start liking Maroon 5? I'm like, oh, in college, like last semester. And it just seems like, in our conversations, there are things that have happened to me in the last 2 years since we, saw each other last. There have been, I've changed, and I have new interests, especially TV and stuff. But, Sophia really hasn't changed at all. Like, hanging out with her is exactly the same as it was 2 years ago. I don't know, so it's kind of weird, I guess, how people change. I think most people change, though. Anyway, I just kind of thought that was weird. I did come across a dilemma in Scrabble, though, and, hypothetically, what would you do if there was this word you could play with your letters that would then enable you to, at the end of the game, that would then enable you to use, all of your last letters on your next move? And it would get you more points than doing, say, a different, less dirty word. What would you play a really bad word in Scrabble if it would get you a lot of points? I was faced with that dilemma. Anyway, I was really impressed. It was a good Scrabble game. I've never actually played Scrabble with another person, but it was fun. I used Joule and amperes, so it's kind of a physicsy Scrabble game, but I did pretty well. I almost broke 300. So, yeah, anyway, that was fun. There are a ton of concerts coming up in Seattle that, The Head and the Heart, my older sister introduced me to them, and they're from Seattle. And they're kind of wonderful, and then Owl City and Train are both coming to Seattle. And, gosh, that's like in, I think those are all in September. Yeah, all in September. I wish I had money to, go to concerts and stuff. I wish I had someone to, go to concerts with and stuff. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you found a person to go with you to Los Angeles, Alexis. That's yay! And that's coming up. October is not far away. Although Costco is already on Christmas stuff. I don't see anything Halloween there anymore, which is kind of scary. I straightened my hair today. My mom doesn't like it. I mean, I think I was pretty successful in straightening it. There's not a ton of straightening that has to happen before it looks different, so my mom doesn't like it, though. But oh well. Just, trying out stuff with my hair. I got my books from Bellevue College. We did a ton of stuff yesterday. We returned, a bed to IKEA and bought a desk. We bought a desk for $15 from a thrift store. It has a hutch. It has a 2-shelf hutch. And it's kind of scratched up, but I'm really excited for it. So hopefully I'll be able to move in soon, and it won't be sitting in our car forever. It's kind of big. We had to do some engineering thinking stuff, Tetris, to get into the car. So, yeah, that's it. Hopefully I'll learn how to ride a bike soon. Might do some driving today too. Alright, guys, I will talk to you later, and maybe play some Left 4 Dead sometime. Okay. Bye!